Okay, saying we are live, saying we are recording. Let's quick audio check. Pull it up on the YouTubes. Let's see. It is there. Cool, lady. Cool. Go here. See what that sounds like. Yada yada, yada yada yada, yada yada, yada yada yada. Just gotta do one more thing and we should be off. Okay. Everything's sound look good. I'm putting both my earbuds I have connected to my live stream. Just make sure. Yep, sounds good. Alright, and here we go. So hello everyone, welcome back to another playthrough of Nier Replicant. Last time is that we went through Lost Shrine again, went through the Traveler's Castle again, and we got ending C, which is the ending that required me to get all the weapons in the game. Did that, got that ending. We had an additional boss fight where we had to fight Tyron, the shade that's within Kaine. And we had two options when we defeated Tyron. We could kill Kaine like she actually asked us to do, and therefore releasing her from all the suffering. Or we could have sacrificed ourselves for her. At that moment, I decided to put her out of her misery and killed her. And it ended with a sweet moment where it's like, it looked like homie was about to kiss her, so I guess he loved her. Of course, I guess he loves all his friends. Did that, and then the game restarted. I done goofed. I could have done it in such a way that I would have gone on to getting ending D immediately had I just saved in a different save slot before getting to the Traveler's Castle. But I was a silly, didn't think about it, and overrode, like, saved over the original save slot that had like ending A and B and would have blah blah blah, all that stuff. So basically I had to go through the entire game again so that I could get to a point where I can get to ending D. So did that, all that stuff off screen. And so now the plan for today is we're going to start off with reading the rest of the weapon stories that are at level 4. And then we're going to run off to Lost Shrine, go to Shadow's Castle again, and get ending D. The reason I'm doing it like that is because with ending D, all your save data in all 3 game slots or save slots will be erased. Because I'm pretty sure the only difference between ending D and ending C is the decision you make after you defeat Timon. If you remember what I said, you're able to decide whether or not you want to kill Kainet. So ending D, if you kill her, you get that one. No, ending C, if you decide to kill her, you get that one. And ending D, you have to decide to spare her and sacrifice yourself. So it makes sense why it is everything's going to be erased story-wise. I guess it's just perturbing because now I have to restart everything from the absolute beginning with part 1 of the game with tiny Nier, and all my weapon upgrades are going out the window. So that's why I want to do the weapon stories that I have now before it's all gone. So if that part isn't interesting to you, me narrating all these weapon stories, come back in like, I don't know, an hour. And then we'll probably be at the last shrine part. It's probably not going to take an hour. Hopefully it takes no longer than like 30-40 minutes. But let's get into that. I have to remember where I stopped. Did I rename this blade? Yes, read that one. That one's not upgraded all the way. I don't think we read this one yet. I don't recognize it. I think this one wasn't upgraded all the way yet, so I didn't read it. Okay, so here we go. The Nirvana Dagger. The girl had been betrothed to a local lord on the day of her birth. As she grew, her days were taken up studying proper bridal technique, while her evenings were spent staring out her bedroom window and offering prayers for her betrothed to the night sky. Oh my lord, if only you would come to me but a single day sooner. Her home was occupied by several other girls her age. Each one shared the same betrothed and spent her days studying bridal techniques and her evenings praying to the night sky. Oh my lord, if only you would come to me but a single day sooner. One day a quarrel broke out as the girls argued that only the greatest among them could become their lord's betrothed. None would yield an inch, each asserting only they alone could possibly satisfy him. Seeing this, their caretaker said in a kind voice, "Worry not, girls. Each and every one of you shall surely become bride to our Lord." Hearing this, every face lit up in an expression of pure joy. On the day they were to be married, the girls were brought to a place of cobblestone they could see from the windows of their home. A single dagger was then placed before them, and the girls were told they needed to end their life there and now if they wished to meet their betrothed. Upon hearing this news, the girls scrambled to seize the dagger from one another, plunging it into their chests the moment they held it. Years later, a temple named the betrothed was built on the spot where the girls took their own lives. These weapon stories are so strange. Pretty sure, yes, we read that one. This is a newer one. Rebirth. We read through this one. Did I not have it all? Oh, yeah. Why are we doing this? Yeah, wife and daughter. Yep, read that one. Elderly Scholar. I remember that one. I think we read Blade of Treachery. Yep, that's about Devila and Popola. Beast Bane. We haven't read this one. Long, long ago in a faraway kingdom, there lived 3 brothers. The middle brother was a famous general who commanded a vast army. People everywhere were terrified of his troops, for they were most violent indeed. This general loved to make war. He enjoyed nothing more than watching cities burn and corpses pile up, and he fought not to subjugate, but simply to destroy all that he could. His well-trained soldiers laid waste to towns, cities, and even nations for the sake of their general. And as they hewed and hacked and chopped, the general would chuckle to himself in the most vulgar of tones. The army marched on, nations by the sea, nations in the mountain, nations in the deserts, nations in the tundra, nations to the east, nations to the west. The general cared not. He simply wished to watch it all burn. His orders were absolute, and for years beyond counting, the soldiers killed and 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 killed. After some time, the army arrived in a certain nation. They killed its soldiers. They killed its townspeople. They killed its princesses and princes and dukes and bakers and lawyers and accountants and beggars and thieves. Eventually, a shabby general came pleading for his life with tears in his eyes. But they killed him as well. However, the soldiers thought he seemed familiar and tried to recall how they might have known him. In that moment, however, the general's daughter appeared, and they became so engrossed in ending her life, they never thought about the matter again. He seemed trying to... I'm guessing they killed the general. They killed the general who was, loving all the war. That's what it... Oh, wait. Either that or they killed one of the general's brothers. Maybe. I think we read Faith. Yes. Yes, the poet. That was a weird one. Ancient Overlord, where it took 10,000 people. Those stories I read in part 23 near the end. So if you're curious about those, you can listen to the end of that one. Pretty sure we did Labyrinth's Whisper. Yes. Antlers in the girl's head. Iron Pipe. This was about Nier monologuing. Kusanagi. Okay. The shield left hanging on the wall was covered in dust. The blade left in its scabbard had rusted over. The techniques I hadn't used were forgotten. The body I was to train was left to grow soft. I lost the will to practice discipline. I thought things would end without a single word said. I pretended not to see violence inflicted by others. I had given up, assumed things would never change. I believed there was no way to oppose such a great power. I sneered at hearts that tried to believe anyway. I laughed, thinking them brainless fools. Those were the thoughts I had taken refuge in. I had given up, believing nothing was possible in the end. I lamented the foolishness and ugliness of it all. My life had lost all meaning. I had lost sight of those who were precious to me, and I could not believe in their kindness. I was unable to save them from the grief that tore at their hearts. I had forgotten the courage it takes to protect the smallest of joys. I believed my words would never reach you. Kusanagi. I wonder... Let me see. View details. A man whose fiancée was spirited away by an 8-headed beast used his sword to smite his foe. What are the other ones? Let's see. For the ancient overlord, it says an ancient warlord used a sword to slay his loyal subjects in hopes of gaining eternal life. Faith, a sword carried by the world's most loyal servant. Like that loyalty, the sword's blade is straight and true. Beastbane, a sword that bears a beastly motif. Its short, thin blade seems eager to vanish from sight. Blade of treachery, when a man who has lost his way yields the sword, the blade becomes blunt as wood. Earthworm's claw, made from a fossil of an ancient beast, it's more unwieldy than most swords, but further forging can help. Rebirth, a unique sword with a round blade. Legend holds that it robs the wielder of his life force. Moonrise, a weapon owned by a blind swordsman. The blade shines in darkness, making the owner easy to spot. Nirvana dagger, a group of girls use the sword to consecrate a new temple with their own blood. Nameless blade, a simple sword forged by a village smith, more suited to fending off small animals in actual combat. Yeah, I don't use the nameless blade much. Okay. Fang of the Twins? Let's see. A giant accursed axe that was bathed in the blood of young twins before being presented to the gods themselves. We've been together since we were born. We're together when we eat, when we sleep, and when we dream. We share everything. We share the milk we get from mommy and the nice things daddy says to us. But we're not together when we die. Daddy took me and cut off my head, and mommy took my sister and cut off her head. But it's okay. Our blood got all mushed up into a big axe, so now we can be together forever. That's special. Vile axe, a mage with a putrid soul imbued the essence of a foul lizard within or into this axe. The girl stares at the sight before her. Her father lies nearby, carved to pieces by countless blades. Her mother also lies dying, as well as her newborn baby brother. All have suffered terribly in their final moments, and the girl can do nothing but cry as she stares at the 3 soldiers who have murdered her only family. Years later, the girl reappears, her visage made stronger by her vow for revenge. The first soldier has grown so fat that the buttons on his uniform can barely contain his girth. The girl approaches him and claims to know an easy way to lose weight. On the pretext of an examination, she has him lie down on a bed before suddenly hacking off his arms and legs with an axe. The remaining lump of soldier screams and attempts to wiggle away, but the girl pins him down and tells him he still has parts he can lose. Sometime later, the girl sits in front of the now rounded torso and smiles. "There we are," she whispers. "Look how nice and slim you are." The second soldier is a peerless Lothario. Each night, a new woman is invited to his manor to spend the night. The girl breaks into his home and kills the women at his side, then uses her axe to hack off his manhood as he trembles and begs for mercy. The third soldier has long since left the service and is now living a quiet life with his family in a remote village. After they have fallen asleep, the girl takes her axe and cleaves the support beams of the house, causing it to collapse. She then sets fire to the wreckage, creating a great bonfire that can be seen for miles in all directions. I think there's a slight typo. Suddenly, the soldier's son crawls from the wreckage, covered from head to toe in terrible burns. As his eyes fall on the girl who has murdered his family, she hands him her axe and flees into the dark of the night, never to be seen again. So she wanted to do exactly what someone else did to her. Beast Lord, a beastly sword whose keen edge stands ready to mow down all who question the divine right of the wielder. Long, long ago in a faraway kingdom, there were 3 brothers. The eldest brother was a king who ruled over the nation entire. He was a most terrifying king, feared by all. Each day, the king would select one of his subjects to execute as a sacrifice. This day, he chopped off a mother's head and forced her family to watch. The head spun 3 times and flew through the air before landing next to the head of her son, who the king had previously killed. Oh, the horror of it all. But the king merely watched the sight unfold before him and laughed in the most unsettling voice. One day, the king contracted an illness most dire, one which caused his body to not rot while he was still alive. But though diseased, the king would still drag his decaying flesh to the executions of the same. His retainers dared not defy their king, so they continued to kill day after day after day after day. In the end, the king rotted and died. His was a disgusting, foul, rotten death. But his retainers continued carrying out executions before the king's rotted corpse every day. Every day killing. Every day the rotted king and the rotted retainers and the rotted citizens. and the rotted you. So remember how they said in Beast Bane there were 3 brothers. So I think with each weapon within the Beast series, there's going to be a story about one of the brothers. Sorry, my voice starting to get hoarse. So thus far all the brothers rough. Let's see, Iron Will, a Norse sword that grows heavier with every kill as blood and flesh cling to the blade. I raised the cry of my birth, the sound of heated iron taking shape, a steel mallet striking my form. Born to deliver karmic justice, I enter the world under the careful watch of spark and flame that give light to the gloom. I'm a blade born of a deafening roar. I'm a weapon. I am Iron Will. I grant death. I transform the dread and screams of my foes to elation. I festoon my iron skin with their viscera. When I rob them of life, I am filled with dark joy. When I crush them beneath me, I find meaning in my birth, and I continue to kill, that I might share this delight with all. I kill and kill and kill and kill. I'm a weapon. I am Iron Will. I am shattered. At battle and blood's end, my body is torn asunder by malice and hate. Today, I can't engage the red dragon in battle, and magical forces meet leaping iron phase to create a blood storm. My steel curse, I sink into the slumbering black. I am a weapon. I am Iron Will. I dream. It is the dream of a small butterfly. In it, the butterfly is caught in a light rain, struggling against it with all its might. In the darkest of nights, I behold a dream that will never come true. I am a weapon. I am Iron Will. Phoenix Sword, Labyrinth Song. A sword forged from metal and liquefied beast horns. Its dull glow lures people deep into the labyrinth. Let's see. It was a beast that lived in a cavern's deepest, most untouched depths. It had massive horns, a body like steel, breath of scorching fire. The peace-loving villagers hated this monstrous beast with the head of a bull and the body of a human. They feared it, and soon the beast came to be known as the Minotaur of the Labyrinth. Contrary to his terrifying appearance, the Minotaur was exceptionally kind. Not only did it refrain from harming other creatures, it took great care not to trample flowers beneath its oafish feet as it walked. Indeed, the reason it lived so deep inside a cavern was to help avoid frightening the villagers. One day, a lost girl wandered into the beast's cavern. Frightened by the sight of it, she cried so hard she eventually passed out. Was that the beast in quite the quandary, or quandary? I guess it's that, quandary. I have no choice, the beast finally decided. I must take the poor thing back to the village, for her mother and father will be terribly worried. 2 days after the girl vanished, her panicked parents found her sleeping soundly in front of their home. On the ground, a short distance away, was the dead body of the Minotaur. It had been impaled by several swords, and the blood scattered around it held an almost otherworldly quality. Yet there was no indication the beast had attacked the girl. In fact, it looked as though it had been trying to place as much difference between itself and her as possible, so as to not dirty her with its blood, almost as if it didn't want her to be afraid. And then, having curled up to made itself as small as possible, the monster died. That reminds me of Undertale. With how the what was it? A human fell down, someone tried to bring the human back. The humans were like, you killed this person, because I think the human was I think they were dead or they were hurt and close to dead. And the humans freaked out and killed the monster that was just trying to help. Transience. A knight was so moved by the suffering of a beggar that he removed all ornamentations from this spear. They were frighteningly diligent people. They would clear forests and hunt animals even when they had no need. They developed techniques to preserve food. They were unable to eat and earn more money than could ever be spent. Yet there was not a single one among them who did not accept these practices, for none knew of any other customs. They were frighteningly studious people. Their grasp of calculation and science exceeded any pretense of practicality, and they would repeatedly engage in spirited debates regarding predictions of the future. They invented an increasingly difficult language and created an infinite series of complex machines, which they could immediately discard. But there was not a single one among them who looked back, for none knew of any reason for concern. They were frighteningly obedient people. Without ever being told, they would greet the morning sun at the same time, in the same clothes, while toiling away in the same cramped rooms. Yet there was not a single one among them who complained, for none knew what else they should be doing. Having worked far too much, the people lost their forests and took to living atop the sand. Having grown far too intelligent, the people conversed in a language that no other peoples could comprehend. Having grown far too well behaved, the people were unable to defy the laws that would be established one after the other, and came to live their lives enclosed by tens of thousands of rules. So this is obviously about the masked people within Facade. So we have Sunrise. The spear's point is so finely honed that all who are grazed by it experience an instant, painless death. In the distant past of a land known as the Golden Isle, there exists a sword crafted from every kind of metal and precious gem in the land. So sharp was this edge that even the slightest cut would leave an unsealable wound that eventually drained the victim of both their blood and life. In a strange turn of fate, the sword eventually ended up in the hands of a destitute woman who sold her body to get by. The sword was as long as she was tall, and she could not wield it effectively, so she instead slid it between her sheets as a surprise for the men who used her. The sword was so sharp they felt no pain when cut, and soon died without even knowing it was happening. The woman would then help herself to their coin, causing her own purse to swell. Making use of her gains, the woman dressed most beautifully and soon had acquired every kind of metal and precious gem in the land. But soon it was not enough for her. So she decided to melt down the sword and obtain the gems contained within, a desire made manifest by the sword's beauty. Thus decided, the woman heaved the sword to her shoulders and made for the blacksmith. But on the way to the smith, the sheer weight of the sword caused the woman to lose her balance, and she fell from a bridge into the river below. So unshakable was the woman's greed that she could not bring herself to relinquish her grip upon it. The woman's pale and bloodless corpse was found washed up on the riverside the following day. Alright, so this is the last weapon within the Beast series. Beast Curse. A noble lord commissioned this beastly weapon that the world might stand in awe of his power. Long, long ago, in a faraway kingdom, there lived three brothers. The youngest was a terrifically lazy lad who spent most of his days fast asleep. However, he was every bit as cheerful as he was lethargic, and so was beloved by all. When the nation was beset upon by a most contagious disease, the youngest son did naught but laze about the palace, humming to himself all the while. But his cheerful music comforted the townspeople, so instead of hating him, they sang his praises. "Oh, what a fine young man," they would say. "Just the finest young man you will ever find." When a nation became embroiled in war, the youngest son did not but laze about the palace, telling stories of the good old days all the while. But his fascinating stories helped the townspeople forget the horrors of wars, so instead of hating him, they sang his praises. "Oh, what an amazing young man," they would say. "Just the most amazing young man you will ever find." One day, the youngest son was lazing about the palace as usual, when he realized he could no longer hear the voices of the townspeople. I wonder why that might be. He lays and wondered. He lays and wondered. He lays and wondered. Eventually, all that wondering tired him out and he went to sleep. That is why, in that nation where all have perished from war and disease, the only sound that can be heard is the soft snoring of a young man. It is a nation of happiness, a nation of happiness, a nation of happiness, a nation of happiness, a nation of happiness. These stories always confuse me. I said it in the last playthrough. I still really don't know what to make of them. Okay, Captain's Holy Spear. A spear brandished by a warrior monk chief who sacrificed his own life to protect his comrades. A captain tramples life under his feet. The screams of others transform into songs of joy. Flowing tears change from despair into darkness. Conflict beckons revenge and gives way to new solitude. Simple, sweet. Phoenix Spear. Forged by monks from feathers of a legendary firebird, the spear was designed as a tool of self-defense. There was once a warrior in a frontier nation who feared not death. He was so brawny and powerful, arrows are said to bounce harmlessly off his flesh. For this reason, the warrior always threw himself into the thick of any battle. One day, a beautiful bird appeared before the warrior in a dream. The bird commended the warrior for his valor in battle and offered to grant him one of two wishes. The bird could bring an end to war and grant peace to all the world, or the bird could bequeath the warrior an immortal body. The warrior chose immortality. After that day forth, the warrior's exploits were nothing short of astonishing. He mowed down foes in uncountable numbers. No amount of arrows or swords or axes could slow his march. The king showered him with titles and gifts, and for a time, it seemed the warrior's days of stunning glory would continue to the end of time. But the conflict did not cease. Eventually, the warrior's frontier nation was invaded so often that the flames of war left the entire country in ruins. Crops withered, people perished, and for long there were none left who even knew the warrior's name. The shattered warrior was tortured day and night by endless starvation, but his body refused to let him die. So he sought out the bird again and pleaded for it to grant him release. "Ah, but you cannot die," chirped the bird in response. "You will never die." Labyrinth's shout. Forged from metal and liquid beast claws, this destructive spear is filled with a deep hatred for the world. She was a hopelessly slow woman, and possibly clumsy. It would take her 3 times longer than anyone else to accomplish the task. She walked slowly, talked slowly, she even blinked slowly. So slow was the woman that she could not even draw water to anyone's satisfaction. The children began calling her the cow and laughed when she passed by, but she would only chuckle in response. She was a hopelessly dull woman. When she fell and drew blood, she would carry on as though in a daze. Though coins often dropped from her purse, she never managed to retrieve one, and if someone spoke ill of her to her face, it would take hours for her to realize their insult. When the children saw her, they would hurl rocks with glee. She was a hopelessly foolish woman. One summer, when the village was suffering a most terrible drought, the woman vanished. The children all starved to death. The villagers spent no time worrying about the woman who ran away. 2 days later, rain fell and the village was saved, but the woman did not return. And on the 12th day, a shaman arrived at the village. The shaman held a spear with a pair of horns that was oiled and sticky to the touch. Gross. So heavy was the spear that none would wield it effectively. Although even if they managed to lift it, the weapon was incapable of piercing through anything at all. The shaman forced it on the people and left it with them, but none dared approach it, and to this day it quietly slumbers in a forgotten corner of the village. I'm just confused. What does a woman have to do with that? Alright. Fool's Accord. A land's birth as part of a pact with an ancient red dragon. This is the story of a sorrowful prince, a tale of a kingdom and a time long past. Let me get some tea. Alright. Attacked by the forces of darkness, the nation was annihilated in a single night by inhumane soldiers with red eyes, and a group of black dragons so numerous they blotted out the sky. Having infiltrated the king's castle, the black dragons visited upon the king and queen a most terrible or horrible fate. It is said that their stomachs were torn open by the black dragon's mighty claws, and the very floor they stood upon became a sea of blood. The prince and princess, though racked with sorrow, escaped to live another day. The prince, spurred by the shock of witnessing his parents' tragic end, became consumed by a desire to exact vengeance. This is the story of a terrifying prince, a history of a conflict in the long ago. Obsessed with laying low his hated enemies, the prince indulges in his vengeance day after day after day. Even when faced with foes who took heel, he chased them down and tears them apart from groin to gullet. The carnage is so horrific, his fellow soldiers whispered tales of how they saw him mutilating bodies that are already long dead. Perhaps because no commander can control him, the prince is sent to even harsher battle. This is the story of a fooled prince, the whereabouts of fate in the long ago. The prince's next battleground is a castle that guards a goddess. He lays waste to all before him. Hacked arms, cleaving legs, rending stomachs, gouging eyes, separating heads from shoulders. But soon the injured prince can no longer tell the difference between the blood that rains down and that which comes from his own wounds, and he collapses in a heap. As he writhes in pain, coughing up gouts of hot blood, he lifts his gaze and sees a hated dragon standing before him. This is the story of a mad prince, a meeting with a dragon in the long ago. An injured red dragon stands before the prince, and though it is a different color than the beast that killed his parents, he feels the need to avenge himself upon it regardless. As he raises his sword, the dragon says, "In exchange for both our souls, human, I will save your life and grant you power." After some thought, the prince makes the pact. It matters not to him what he might lose in the deal, or that it involves a dragon. All he cares about is that he can continue swinging his blade. So, he swings and swings and swings, and with each blow, his heart fills with desire as black as the deepest night. And that is the last level 4-1. Okay. Man, that hurt. So those are all the weapon stories that I have fully upgraded. I think I have, I want to say about 10 more or so. But some of them are really tough to get fully upgraded. Like one, I think, requires 2 eagle egg, which you only find in one place occasionally. 3 require 5 black pearl, which I've been trying to get that the last couple of days, but you only find in Seafront, and it's a very rare drop.
You're
yeah.
Hope any cat.
And we're off. And another one, like the fool stories, those require Damascus steel, which you only find in like 2 places. It's hard. It takes a very long time. So because I don't want to have to spend more time with this game than I have to, I'll probably just end up getting all the endings, ending D, ending E, and then when I can find the time, I'll see about coming back to this game and getting the rest of those weapon upgrades. It's going to take forever. But yeah, maybe I need to read up on these weapon stories because I don't... Oh, there's something in my house. Let's go collect some of that stuff. I truly don't know what to make of them. Like, some of them was obvious. Like, Iron Pipe, that one's obvious. It's about Nier before they went through the gestaltation process, and he's just talking about the state of the world, how it's hard to take care of his sister, yada yada. Like, that was obvious. Or Blade of Treachery, that's obviously about Devil and Popola and like a backstory of theirs. But then other one was just like, are these stories talking about people we come across in the game? There is like the one that I think was Transients. That's obviously talking about the people of Facade. I don't know. It's such an interesting addition. I don't need Earthrun.
Coming.
Yeah, it's like, I wonder why the developers of the game went out of their way to make these, some of them, very elaborate stories for each of the weapons you use in the game.
Oh, there.
It's just, it's interesting.
Welp, now they can finally enter the Shadow Lord's cap. Yes, but if he kills the Shadow Lord, the entire plan will collapse.
I think
we'll
this
need to
was...
restrain him before that can happen. Come on, you really think he'll listen to us? Maybe. It's just... definitely...
Yeah, we definitely have this part. Yeah. Talk about how... Are we sure? Like, just... I've been thinking about all the time we've been spending with him recently. Just like, it doesn't matter. He doesn't have a soul. Jeez.
It's a...
Back into the castle. Yet again. Fourth time's a charm. I'm not looking forward to all my data being erased. I'm really not. You don't understand how much time I have spent on these weapons, these side quests. Like I was saying, like it makes sense story-wise. Like, oh, I'm sorry, honey. My bad. My beef.
Everything in working order?
Yeah, mice. I'm good.
Your health is diminished. Do be more careful next time.
Sorry. I try not to make practice of jumping into water. But, because yeah, if you think about it, like, if he's going to sacrifice himself for Kaine, then it wouldn't make sense that, oh, you can just load up your save game again, and he's perfectly fine. Just like, no, last time he died. Last time we saw him, he died. He was dead. He was not a thing. He didn't exist. So I think the logic is like, oh, you have to make like a whole new vessel with a similar form, and that's why all your save data from previous saves are deleted, because the vessel you have been working with died. So like, I think I get it, but like, it's still quite perturbing. All this work. Literal hours. I'm not even sure how long I've been playing this game for. Like, how many hours I put into it. A lot, I'm sure. Like, honestly, this might be the game I spend the most time with just this year. Do I really have to fight all these guys? Because, like, honestly, it doesn't matter. Because guess what? I'm gonna die. I'm gonna lose all my save data. I can't use any of the materials I collect from these folk. We're just running through. I'm not gonna worry about these guys. So yeah, like, it's just annoying. It's just, ugh. Like, I feel like it will make just as much sense if they say erase your save data from one of the save slots. Doesn't even matter, I'm gonna lose it anyway. This is so disappointing. But I feel like if they just erase the save data from one of your save slots, that would work with the idea of, oh, your vessel died. But I guess we won't go at the idea of, oh, this save slot has data from that old vessel. It wouldn't make sense for him to still be around. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I don't have to deal with you, do I? Nah, I just leave. Believe me, I would deal with these guys. Because, stuff. Is that health bar just gonna stay here permanently? So I firmly left the area. There we go. Excuse me. I must say though, I am interested in going back to the beginning of the game because there's some side quests I never completed. There might be some other stuff in the first part of the game that I missed outside of side quests. I made some dialogue points. I don't know. So, and I'm curious how it is ending E is going to be. Because again, apparently you're supposed to link to Automata somehow. So,
Such an ominous sight.
yes.
And yet I find it strangely nostalgic.
Yep.
And not
Into the castle for the 4th time. Oh yeah, and by the way, after we get ending D, that's probably going to be it for today. Because, oh gosh, oh wait, almost 12. That's crazy, bro. When did I start recording? I don't even remember. But, I have my shows to get through. I'm trying to finish Fullmetal Alchemist, the older version. Like the 2002 version. I got Monster. I need to watch the final episode of season 8 of what's this? My Hero Academia.
Why did you must?
Yep. Black disease.
How?
Separating.
I.
The shells.
That you are you.
well then, it seems the way is open.
I have a lot of things to do. All the things I mentioned were anime. No, I actually got to cook today. I'm making barbecue chicken and mac and cheese for dinner today. It's going to be great.
Hey, this evening.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think I can make this fight go any faster
What's happening?
because
Sorry,
of
but
the
this fate was
dialogue that has to
predetermined.
happen.
Still, We spoke to truth. We really wanted to avoid this if possible. We were hoping to put it off for 100 years or so. Until the next generation came along.
What are you talking about?
Are they shades?
I don't think so.
It's a lie. I don't believe it.
We never thought you'd grow to be this powerful.
This is madness. Why do you block our path?
You have no cause to speak so with us, Grimoire Weiss. You are a traitor.
They copied my powers.
Ah, shit on a shingle. They can use the sealed verses.
Of course we can. The power came from us in the first place. You were simply loaned a small portion of it.
Weiss! Are you alright?
Tevela, Popola, why are you guys doing this? Why are you siding with the Shades?
Mate.
Devila and Popola are fighting us.
Who was aiming to spark go
Yes,
faster?
they do seem to be putting us through a great deal of...
You okay, Weiss?
How odd. For long years, my mind and tongue have been my greatest assets. But now the latter seems to be... Hell,
Weiss?
do not look at me like that. I am Grimoire Weiss. I am perfectly...
Open. Jeez.
I think I hear a waltz.
It certainly is a grand affair.
Bunch of dancing bastards.
They're all Shades.
I think we're locked in!
It's not like I was planning to leave.
Yeah, it's a bit late for that.
Hey, those dropping cold blood, my gosh. Not once have I had to use that.
Damn it! I won't stop coming!
I'll open the next door. Cover me.
Oh, how I do love a good...
Weiss!
Oh, right. Protect the hussy, yes? Good plan. Let's go.
Protect Kaine for us!
Stupid door. Come on. Oh, come on.
Kaine, hurry!
Running low.
It's not open yet?
Do I look like a goddamn locksmith to you?
Well,
No, you idiots. What are you doing?
Lock doesn't want to open? Fine. I'll just break it down.
Stop, you impatient fool.
These things are freaking me out. Kaine, what's wrong?
We need to help Kaine!
okay. One, do this. Two, go over here. Oh!
We don't need forgiveness, asshole.
Kaine?
That did nothing.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Your heart is different. It ain't hatred, and it ain't sadness. What's going on here, Sunshine?
How should I know?
Kaine, are you alright?
I'm fine. Let's just kill some shit and move on, alright?
Interesting. Oh, how very interesting.
Come back.
Can we even hurt this thing?
That fog! Oh
I can't stop now. Damn it.
Stay focused, Kaine. Don't fall victim to such distractions.
no! Come on! We have to keep going!
Let's go.
Is it open? Is it open? Open it. Open it.
This way. Move.
Yeah. The fact that they just left dude. Just like, come on, get up here. Like, you could have waited.
Up here!
I took 2 steps. How the heck did Kaine get up there so
How can we
fast?
deal with this thing?
Please, hurry!
Yes, I'm coming. Nice, I'll solve.
Damn it, I can't get it open.
Attack incoming!
The entrance is locked too!
It seems we are in a bit of a predicament.
Just a little bit.
shouldn't have killed her friends. Look at her. So full of scorn, Hayes. She's just like you, Sunshine.
Like you're any different.
Huh?
Hate is just another crush for you.
Hey now.
You're in pain, you're lonely, no one likes you. So you try to hide it under violence and hate.
I'm not like that at all.
It's okay.
It is?
Look, I'm the same way. But just realizing that isn't going to help. It's too late for us now. It's too late for everything. We're too far gone, you and me. That's why we...
Can't get to the facade now. We're in the facade, people. It's not staying dead. There you go.
出土汗より一旦おきっとだ穴ペルアと試練地無石4イラコクかつって What are you doing here?
さるりとしたとカイザムとキロだろ
You are correct.
いやアラトテ三世体
フルワリウワリトテトラス感化しチンで But
アラペルアト
どんだ来てキリゴイタリ
アフィア
You know, something else came to mind with how Devil and Popo was saying how the Seal verses came to them. It's their power. They were just... Remember, Rice just gave a little bit of power. Blah, blah, blah. What are the sealed verses exactly? Like, it seems to be some type of magic, but like, why did they develop it? Was it in an effort to slow the Black Scroll? Or to heal it? Or is it not magic at all? Is it actually some type of technology? Because if you're going to say that it originally came from Devil and Popola, well, they're androids. So maybe they call it magic when at the end of the day, it's just technology?
Oh, it that
Going through all this again. Cool.
I'll use simply our
All right.
you and us. We're the same. Tools in the hands of a master.
No, I'm nothing like you.
Yep.
Please, don't do this, Popola! You and Devila were like parents to me!
I'm gonna
Those
do
two have
anything to
watched
her.
the world
Just shut.
wither for time
Wait.
immemorial. The cruelness of such a fate is difficult to imagine.
I don't want to do this! I don't
Yeah,
want to
yes,
fight her!
this whole thing again.
Stop bitching and start fighting! It's
Okay.
the only way!
Now I can kill her. Can you actually do it though, bro? We lose a meal. I don't have to look to that again. If you're curious about that, I'm pretty sure that's in part 20. 23 or 22. That's also in part something. That's also in a part. That's also in a part. Okay. I'm still not completely sure why it is the child is so important. Why they consider him like a master. I guess it's because in one of the Gestalt documents, it talks about how he's the original and how he impacts the behaviors of all other shades. So, but why is that? Like, why would that be a thing? How does this Gestaltation process even work? Like, all right, and here we go.
This ends here.
Strike hard. Hold nothing back.
How could a mere tool hope to stand against the Shadow Lord?
Don't speak in such a manner, fool. I am nothing like you.
Be careful!
Actually, before I continue, I'm curious about something. Because which one was it? There's one of these documents that have this one. Observed upward trend in relapses, accelerated restoration schedule, debate over using code name Noir for human restoration schedule. To preparation launch device, the coding system for above. Emergency response conference. So
I know.
Hey, Sunshine. I ain't certain about this, but I think your heart is evolving. The hate is gone. The sadness is gone. It's just a bunch of white light now. What the hell's going on here?
You can't tell, Timon? You're not the only voice in my life anymore. I've experienced fear, hate, and now sympathy. I'm a curse, a freak.
oops,
I know that.
wrong
But guess
button.
what? He still accepts me. He still forgives me.
Oh, come on. You're doing this for him?
I'm tired of this world and everybody in it. But I'll become his sword one last time.
Okay, I think I can actually, for real, hit him now. Because that hurts it. As long as I get hit. Maybe not.
Vice, you alright?
Naturally, I am as fit as a fit.
Got it.
Wait.
Monologue of gun.
Show Riona for me.
I can't hurt him yet.
You want me to understand your sadness? You think I'm gonna sympathize with you? I swore to protect my sister and my friends. If someone puts them in danger, they must stand aside or be cut down. Now come on! Let's finish this!
Okay. Maybe. Be great if you come down. Uh-oh. Device is going out again.
Weiss, what's wrong?
Fine. All is
You're freaking me out here, Vice.
What are you doing? Come so. Just do it. Strike the killing blow.
I'm trying my best here, Vice. Alright, Vice is now gone.
I have something to defend. I have a reason to live.
Come on.
Shadow
Okay.
Well, ain't that precious?
So this is also in part 23. She goes crazy. He's like,
I'm gonna swallow you up, sunshine.
what's wrong, Kaine?
Gonna swallow you whole.
Kaine? What is it?
Listen to me. The shade inside me is soon.
Can't stop it. She's gonna go crazy. Can't hold back. You have to fight. Shut up. She goes crazy. Loses control. Can't hurt her right now.
Well, hell, sunshine. It's not like I can stop it. When gestalts go out of control, they lose their minds. Both of our memories will be completely overridden.
Their memories. Yeah, I can't hit her at all.
Damn it. I have to do something. I won't! We made it this far
The fact that
because
he's
you were with us,
understanding
Kaine.
her.
I'm who I am today because of you. I'm not going to give up on you. I'm not going to abandon someone I love. I'm going to save you. I swear it!
Okay. This kind.
There might be one way to save her.
Who said that?
It don't matter, so don't ask. Just shut up and listen.
Wait, are you?
I said, listen! There's a way to save Kaine's life, all right? But you're gonna have to make a difficult decision.
I'll do whatever it takes.
When the time comes, I'm going to pin Kaine down. And as soon as I do, you need to stab her in the heart.
No, I can't.
Fine. Don't believe me. Stand around with your thumb up your ass and watch her die a terrible death.
Damn
Woman. Kaine, please. I'm trying to help you. Stop. Stop. they got achievement at that, but it's okay.
Very nice. Now, if you want to save your precious Kaine, there are 2 ways to do it. One is to plunge your sword into her chest. That's what she wants after all. Freedom from burdens, freedom from life.
What's the other way?
The other way is to make her a normal human being again. But to make that happen, you gotta trade your own existence for hers. Well, there you go. Good luck with that.
You're that shade. The one who lives inside Kaine. Why are you trying to help her?
Probably for the same reason you are. Enough talk. Make your choice.
Okay, and this is when I lose everything I've done thus far. All the work, all the hours, all the time, all the pain, all the toiling goes down the drain. Sacrifice your own existence to make Kaine human again.
You'll disappear from this world. Your sister, your friends, everyone in your life will forget you. You and any sign that you ever existed will be erased. But in exchange, Kaine will return to her mortal life.
If you choose this option, all of your saved data will be erased. Are you sure about this? Yes. Even if you elect against it this time, you can always return to this selection by clearing the game again. Are you still sure about this? Yep. All save data will be erased, so you can only choose this option once. Are you really sure about this? I really don't want to, but yes, I'm sure. This is your last chance to change your mind. Are you really, really sure about this? You're making me think I'm not sure about this. Let me make sure I'm like positive this is what we're supposed to be doing. It really stings, but I'm like positive this is what's supposed to happen. Yeah, like that's what it sounds like. It says it will delete your save file. It goes away. Yes. Enter the name of the player to be erased. Yona. I'm joking. That'd be awful. Wow. Nier. I'm sorry, honey. You gotta go. The correct name was entered. All save files will be erased. All my hard work. 100% weapons. It hurts. Why you gotta do it like this? Why you gotta do it like this? So I think that's what they mean by human restoration. With the books, they're used to like reset the vessels so that you can use them again. All my work, all my pain, all my suffering. Ugh.
Are you all right?
Yona?
It was you. The one who helped me, I mean. Wasn't it? Thank you so much.
I'm glad you're okay.
What's wrong?
Huh?
I mean, you defeated the Shadow Lord and everything, but you don't look happy.
I don't?
This is a lunar tear. How pretty. Are you crying?
Yeah. I guess I am. It's like I just found something special. Something very special.
And that is ending D. So if we think about all the endings, again, ending A ends with Nier and Yona in their younger versions staring up at the sky, laying on a field, and it says it's a memory. And you see Gestalt Nier, or the Shadow Lord, and Yona up in the sky, and they walk into this white light. Ending B, let's see, that's when we... What happened ending B? That's when we kill the Shadow Lord and we see his past. You have all the different shades that we killed. He's asking why. Then it goes to when Nier and Yona were the way they were before the exaltation process. And Yona's like, oh, I brought you after the cookie. Thanks for always being there for me. And OG Nier's just like, thanks, Yona. Ending C, where we don't spare Kaine, it ends with Nier looking up in the sky, just like, we'll always be together forever. And then with this one, he gives up his very being, very existence for Kaine. Oof, that Emil's not going to be happy about that one. Of course, he wouldn't remember him because his entire existence was erased. So I think this ending helps me understand the purpose of these books. Because again, it said in one of the Gestalt paperwork that they help with human restoration and that these names are just code names. So I think what happened was, yeah, they erased all the... It went silent. It's like the sound of a forest. It's like rain. Or maybe it's just wind. But I forgot what we were saying. Yeah, he gave it everything. Oh yeah, I was saying how, yeah, I think that's what the books are for. They are used to erase all like human data within the vessels, because that's how they make these things. They separate the soul, the gestalt, from the body, the replicant, and then from the original whole person, they implant some of the civilized humanistic characteristics of the original person and then implant it into the replicant and then send that out. And then they monitor that vessel combination thing via the surveillance androids that Devlin and Popola were. So yeah, it basically just like the book was used to, I guess, either erase all that, to restart the vessel, to get rid of the vessel, something like that. Hence why they're termed human. They're part of the human restoration project, because they're restoring their. Bro, I don't know. I don't know exactly, but I think it has something to do with that. So I feel like with this ending, you kind of see the maximum part, or the maximum realization of what is talked about in the novella Red and Black that I talked about in part 23, where Nier killed this guy in Seafront. But let's see if something happens afterwards. Something very special. You viewed the fourth ending. Thanks for playing. And then we have this. And then you can load it up, and you have to start with a completely different name. Yep. All gone. All gone. All done. So now, what you do for ending E, you have to start a new game with a completely different name. Probably still do normal. And this time, we'll bring back the formidable Quinn. The myth, the legend. If you not know the legend of Quinn, watch my Doki Doki Literature Club playthrough. Quinn's a nut. Let's just put it like that. I also use the name Quinn in Undertale. Yeah, I usually do, like, I've kind of explained this at the beginning of this game, of this playthrough of Nier Replicant. That I do like I Am Vengeance and stuff, but that doesn't make sense. So just like, okay, what name can I do? And I think it was when I started the Doki Doki Literature Club game, I started with the name Alejandro, and I'm just like, that name's hard to pronounce. I'm not doing that again. And then next playthrough of DDLC, I went with the name Quinn, and Quinn's just stuck since then. So whenever I have to put in a name, I do Quinn. So here we go with Quinn again. He has made a comeback. Set your name as Quinn? Yes. Yeah. So it literally starts from the absolute beginning. Now, I'm not sure how things will differ in this ending. Oh. So it says you play normally in this ending until the fight against the huge shade in the area where you recruit Kainet. The remainder of the game will play out differently with a new story and cutscenes. So it makes it sound like there's completely new content. So I think I still will stop soon because I want to do other things. Summer 2053. So the fact that it says you'll play normally makes it sound like everything. Oh, yep.
Get away, you freaks! I'll kill you all! Damn, how many of these things are there? They just keep coming! I won't let you lay a finger on Yona!
A lot of snakes, jeez. So he had book noir. So why did he have that?
More power. I need to protect Yona.
And he knew what it was.
Stay away from my sister. I won't let anyone hurt Yona! So this is the power of the Black Book.
So if he knows what this book is, I wonder if he knows what the gestalts are, like what these things are.
Yoda!
Oh, jeez. Attack gauges. Interesting how they all died.
Yona, talk to me.
It's okay. I'm fine. What about you?
Those guys were nothing.
Okay, good. Hey, by the way, look at this. I found it while you were gone.
Whoa, is that a cookie?
Here. We can split it.
No, you take it.
No, you need to eat too.
Fine, I'll take the small half.
No. Come on. You need to keep up your straight.
Yona! Yona!
Oh no. I'm sorry I dropped the cookie. I didn't mean to.
Yona? Why did you?
You've always been the one helping me. So I just wanted to...
No. Yona! Yona! We need help. Please, somebody, we need help! Help us!
You know, watching that scene again, when I first saw it, I was thinking that when he looked at the book, it was insinuating, because he said, like, Yana, why did you blah, 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 and he looked at the book. I was thinking, oh, she touched the book, and that's how she ended up that way. But I think it's more like he's looking at the book, considering using it again. And the why did you is about her getting up and exerting herself in order to find them food. Yeah, 1,412 years later. Yeah. Goodness, I haven't seen this kid in a long time. And that's, yeah.
All right, I'm heading out.
Can I come with you today?
Better not. I'm probably going hunting.
but I'll bring you back a book from the library, okay?
Yay! Thanks.
I'll see you later. Try and get some rest.
I'm broke again. I had over 200K.
I should go to the library and see what Popola's up to.
Oh, man, it's weird seeing the name Quinn instead of Nier. So like it said, you play the game as normal until the Eerie. And it so hurts seeing everything be so empty. Yeah, no. Eesh. All that work, all that time, down the drain. It's okay. It's fine. I'm okay. Okay. So, well, let me think. Since everything up until the Eerie, when we get to Kinda, is the exact same, I might play up to there off screen. And then from there, I'll start getting back into the recordings of this game. So cool. I think that's honestly where we are going to stop. I'm at a measly level 1 when I was a level 54. I have 100 gold when I had 220k. I ain't got none of my weapons, got none of my weapon upgrades. I am empty. I am pathetic. I'm sad. But it's like, hey, I was able to build up to it once. I can do it again. It does say the story is completely different, so I'm not sure what's gonna happen. And again, apparently it links the game pretty well to Nier Automata. I feel like with the story we've already seen already links kind of well to Nier Automata. So I'm trying to figure out what else they do with ending E to make it even more connected. Like, this is going to be interesting to watch. Like, I wonder if we're going to see stuff with, like, I don't know, Emil after he survives it. Will there even be an Emil in this one? Are we going to focus a lot on Popola and Devila and see something about this, this gestaltation that even resulted in the replicants that we play as coming about? I don't know. I've never done this editing before, so this is going to be a ride for all of us. But yeah. So big things. I still have a lot of questions on what the game is. Who exactly is Nier? Like, how did he have one of the books that has to do with human restoration? Like, how does he have it? Why does he have it? When he just seems to be some regular poor kid, just like everyone else. Like, what is so important about him? And I feel like the game, besides saying he is the original, doesn't really answer that. Like, maybe there was something about him that made him more compatible for the gestaltation process, and they gave him the book and he walked away from it. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe this ending will delve into that a little bit, like the identity of the main character a bit, but I kind of doubt it, considering how it says it's supposed to be a completely different story after you get past the Eerie. So yeah, I don't know. I'm about to do some Googling and stuff. Of course, when I try to Google who is Nier, I found out the garbage with him and the guy in Seafront. So I was just like, yeah, no, that's not what I meant. That's not the information I needed. I just wanted to know who he is. I didn't want to know that he was traumatized as a child. Thanks, but no thanks. But yeah, I don't know. don't know. But I don't think I finished saying, with ending D, I feel like it shows the completion of the idea of how far Nier would go to protect his loved ones, protect his sister, whatever. That question, as I explained in part 23, was posed in the Red and Black novella, where it's just like, oh, a kid of 15, when he's already doing all this stuff, what type of person will he grow up to be? What type of other stuff will he do? And I feel like with ending D, we kind of see what that is in its complete form. We see a guy who doesn't sympathize with someone who's going through the exact same situation as him, who, upon realizing that he's basically been killing people this entire time, thinks nothing of it, and as he said, will cut down any and anyone that stands in his way if it means that he can protect those he loves. And then in the end, as I stated in part 23, where we slowly but surely see what he is willing to sacrifice. First it was like his safety, then it's like his literal self, sense of dignity or whatever, and then it goes to, I would say we see in this one, in a lot of the missions and quests we have to do, him throwing away his humanity. And then finally, he throws away his entire existence for someone he loves. So I feel like the game did a very good job at showing the progression of just how far this guy would go and does go in the name of saving those he cares about. It's really sad because like he doesn't care about himself, his own safety in the slightest. And you can argue to a point he doesn't care about the safety of some people around him, like people he doesn't love. Because again, he leveled an entire village and thought nothing of it. It is odd. I wonder, because if you remember with how the process works, they add attributes of a person within these vessels. Could it be like in their implanting of the attributes of the Shadow Lord or whatever into the replicant Nier, when they were making him, did they maybe create a faulty vessel who maybe had too much of one character attribute, which resulted in him again basically imploding himself in the name of love of his loved ones and family? I don't know. Well, still a lot of questions in the game. Hopefully the ending answers some of that. I kind of doubt it will. But I guess we'll see what happens. So we're gonna go on with ending E. Again, it's supposed to be a completely different story. I'm gonna play up to the eerie off screen, and then from there we're just gonna see what happens together. Never seen this before, so I'm very curious where this is gonna go. So that is it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next playthrough.